broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Welcome, AfterBuzzers, to another Spotlight On. I'm your host, Mikaela Phillipss. Remember, AfterBuzz is a network for all things entertainment, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, like and comment, and you can also download all of our show's podcasts on iTunes. But today we're shining the spotlight on Canadian actress and singer Jessica Lowndes. So Jessica, thank you so much for joining me at AfterBuzz, and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure, and you look fantastic.
Thank you.
You look really nice, and your green shirts totally bring out your beautiful green eyes.
Thank you so much.
And you're actually someone who keeps really fit, and I see that you post a lot of kind of fitness videos on your Instagram, and you also include like a lot of tips and tricks with it, like you say, like how to focus more on like core or your arms. Has being healthy and living a healthy lifestyle always been something that's important to you, or is it more so something you focused on to stay in shape for your career?
I came from a pretty athletic family, and like my dad holds the teenage record for running across Canada.
Oh wow.
So like as a kid, father-daughter bonding would be going for a run up in Canada. Like we'd go for like a 6-mile run.
Oh
and, like,
wow.
That was like what we would do on weekends. And I love the way I feel after exercise, and as a bonus, like it keeps you in shape, but like I do it more just for like the emotional release, and I just love it. Like, and I like switching it up because I get a little bored, so I will do like sometimes stuff at the gym, or I really love like the Santa Monica stairs. Like stair sessions are really good for like the lower body. And I just started posting these videos because the fans wanted to see what I was doing, and it was so easy just to kind of click record.
Yeah, well, it's a great interaction with your fans. You're super like social media savvy, so that's really great that you interact like that with your fans. And I kind of want to talk to you about like when you first started getting now into entertainment, and you were actually first discovered at age like 16 by a producer. How did that feel being discovered at like that kind of age? Like, was that something really exciting?
It was amazing. I think I have video footage of being like 4 years old saying I wanted to move to Hollywood. Like I always knew that I wanted to act and sing, and I was a super theatrical child and dramatic. And my parents, like, they weren't in the industry. They didn't know much about it, and they obviously didn't want to pressure me or push me into it. And I randomly was shopping downtown Vancouver, and I walked into a cattle call for this Peter Pan movie, and I ended up getting callbacks and an agent, and then from there I worked up in Vancouver for a bit and then got representation down here, and I couldn't wait. Like I just wanted to be down here so bad. And so I homeschooled my final year online, which was really tough, but I just like kept thinking about pilot season and being in the sun. And 3 months later, the day I got my driver's license, I drove 22 hours down here with my dad.
Oh wow, that's a bold move.
Yes,
like how did that feel?
I was the worst driver of all time. Like I had taken the side mirror basically off my mom's car. It was just like I was not a good driver. But I passed the test, and then I drove 22 hours.
So you drive better now, right?
Yeah. The 22-hour drive helped me, and then obviously living in LA right away, like as a 16-year-old.
Well, it's huge traffic here as well. So you actually moved like at 16 here. Like that must have been a really daunting experience. Like how did that feel, or what was like your emotions at that stage?
It's crazy because being older, I'm more scared now at that idea. But when I was that age, I had no fear, didn't think about it. Didn't have any friends down here. Like I only knew my manager, who's still my manager, and I just went for it. I was like, I've got nothing to lose, and I had a dream, and giving up wasn't an option.
That's kind of really great to hear that, because so many, like when you talk to various artists, whether it's music or actors, they kind of say a lot of the same things, the ones that have become successful, that you have to be 100% full in it. And hearing that you were just like, I've got to do this, like it's a dream, and you just went for it, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I've been really fortunate to have such a supportive family. They never held me back, and they encouraged me, and And they keep me grounded. It's like moving down here. Yeah, it's like, it was scary, but they come down and visit all the time, and it's such a short flight to Vancouver. It's a 2.5 hour flight, so I go back all the time and see them.
Oh, that's great. And you also had many roles before landing, I should say, the role of Adrianna Tate-Duncan in 90210. You also played a character called Mandy Mills on Greek in 2008, and you also began filming 90210 in 2008. Like, that must have been a really big year for you.
It was great. I moved down, and I didn't go to college, obviously. I graduated high school early, came down here. So my college experience was basically Greek. I was in a fake college sorority, had the whole fake experience, met some amazing people, had the time of my life, and then a couple months later booked 90210, which changed my life.
That's like super lucky to be able to book something that quickly from moving here. It's fate, perhaps. I think it was fate because originally Adrianna's character was meant to be like a recurring guest, and because fans just loved your character, the producers decided to make you like a full-time character, which you went on to play for like 144 episodes. That's like amazing. Like, how did you feel like about being able to then take this role to like all this new level?
It was a dream. I was just so excited to be able to pay my rent, and I thought maybe I would do like 2 or 3 episodes, and I didn't know that it was going to turn into so much more. And like every week they kept writing for my character, and I was able to sing on TV. So I was happy. I was happy with just 4 episodes. And then on the 7th episode, my character dies of an overdose. And so I obviously thought that was the end. And I was saying my goodbyes to everyone and like baking cookies for like the hair and makeup department, like saying, bye, this is great. And then they're like, oh, you're in the next script.
So they literally kept you hanging at that point.
Yeah, and I read it, and I had a pregnancy storyline. I was in rehab, and I find out I'm pregnant, and then I got the series regular contract, and everything. I was so happy to be there, and I felt so lucky, and it was a dream job. Like, I loved it, and being from Vancouver, like, as a kid, like, I would grow up and watch these movies and TV shows and see California and just dream about what it was like, and obviously it's exaggerated, and my high school experience was not like that at all. But it was so fun to be a part of a show where you got to see a lot of California, and it was really...
And different aspects of it. There was entertainment to party planning when Naomi went into that, to even like some dark sides of your character. Your character was a very complex character. She had so many storylines. How did you constantly like find a new way to like play that? And did you actually ever take anything away or learn from your character? Like her relationships or anything like that?
Yeah, she's someone that had a lot of drama follow her, and in like with that, I'm someone that leads a very like low key life, and I stay away from drama. But I can see how everything happened to her. Like she loved it, you know, and she'd fall in love and then get into these circumstances. And I don't think she was a bad person. She just did some unethical things over the years. That was like the trickiest thing for me. I think like at the end of season 3 and season 4, like my character did some really bad things that trying to redeem her and make her likable again was very challenging.
Yeah, I imagine.
But I think we did it, and I love that the producers were so awesome and so supportive of the music stuff as well. So I was able to keep the music going and write for my character every week in different styles, which was really fun.
Absolutely. And I want to talk about the music element of that as well. But I think I have to ask this. I think it's my due diligence as the host to ask this for any and all of the girls watching. Who is like you got to kiss some really good looking guys on the show and play
girls.
Their love interest.
And girls.
That's true, there was.
Yeah.
So who is the best kisser?
That's so tough. I
mean, do you remember?
No, and it's not normal. Like, when you're doing a kissing scene, there's 50 crew members all around, and it's not romantic. It's not sexy. It's weird.
It's orchestrated.
And awkward. Yeah, so I don't know. But I had such an amazing cast, and I felt so fortunate. Like, they're my TV family, and they always will be. And even watching reruns now that are, like, on TV when I'm flicking the channels, like, I grew up on that show. Like, I started as a 19-year-old and went to 25, and it's just, like, amazing just to see my hair went through some transitions.
Yeah, it did. It was, like, short in the first season. So I was a fan of the show, so I definitely followed it, watching it online in Australia.
That was, like, one of the things I had to do to get the part. They're like, will you chop your hair off? So my hair was to here.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't even think twice. Like, I thought it was for 2 weeks of work, and I'm like, I don't care. I will do it. And so... chopped it here, had straight across
That's dedication.
And it was fun. Like, I wanted an excuse to do it, and
It wasn't a reason to change your appearance.
And then season 2, as she grew as a character, my hair grew. And then, yeah.
What was your favorite storyline for Adrianna?
That's so tough. I loved the challenging stuff right at the beginning. Like, I loved the drug addiction and her battling that and coming through it. Just because I felt like it helped a lot of people dealing with those circumstances and those issues. And I didn't really realize my responsibility. Like, going and doing a storyline like that, it was really hard, and I wanted to make it truthful and honest. But I didn't know the response from the fans was going to be so, like, great and, like, emotional. And I'd be getting letters of people that were actually going through it. And it was amazing. Like, you help these people not feel so alone in what they're going through. And that was, like, I didn't know what I had, like, kind of signed up for. But I loved that. The pregnancy storyline was fun. And it was great. Like, the first episode, I had this little bodysuit with a pillow. And I was like, this is so cute. And then after 12 episodes, I was really ready to get the baby bump off.
You're like, I'm done.
I'm like, I can't put my shoes on. I'm waddling. And then everyone, like, had the cutest outfits ever and, like, got to keep some pieces. And mine was maternity clothes, so I couldn't really keep any of my outfits. But no, I loved it all. And I even loved, like, when she turned bad. It was fun for me to play because it's so opposite.
It's different.
From me. And like, it's Mean Girls, like, and it's like just like playing like the Regina George and like doing that whole thing. And so all of it was really fun. And then the music stuff, like, a huge highlight for me, I think, was the episode shooting at the Hollywood Bowl. To stand on that stage as a musician myself, like, I wanted to pinch myself. It was a dream come true. And I looked out and yeah, it was insane.
I can not even, like, relate to how that would feel. That must have been amazing. And, you know, Naya Toronto really gave you a platform to show yourself as not only just an actress, but you also lended your vocals to, like, so many of the songs that you also went on to independently, like, produce and record. And some of the tracks were Fool, Snake Charmer, and Haven't Been Drinking. Did being able to do that with Naya Toronto show you that you were ready to pursue that more as, like, an independent artist? Like, do you think that really opened up, like, you to be able to do that?
Definitely. I've been doing music longer than acting, and I've been playing piano since I was 5. My mom's a piano teacher, so I was raised in this super musical house, and she had a studio in the basement, and I would sit down there, and obviously as a kid, you don't want to be practicing your piano when your friends are out playing outside, but I would sit down there, and I would write lyrics and sing along to the classical music and just daydream about singing. And I always knew that it's what I wanted to do. And this was such a great platform because I got to do both my loves. Like, I got to tell Adrianna's story. And then with my music, I get to tell my story. And I'm just a storyteller in general. So for me, it was awesome. And I love it. And I definitely learned a lot as, like, a songwriter. Because, like, when I first started, I'd get into a room and I'd be with other co-writers or producers, and I'd be too nervous. I would be like, I don't want to say that idea in case it's stupid. Or, I have this kind of idea, but I don't know. And then over the years, like, I kind of found my voice. And now I write everything and to record. And that's, like, what I've been doing. I've been doing films, and then when I'm back, I'm just in the studio creating, and it makes me so unbelievably happy.
It has been something you've definitely been working on, and you also, like, your newest, most recent single is Silicon and Stereo, which I think you released just a couple months ago in 2014. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and second of all, you did amazing work on that. So what was the creative process like that for you?
For me, I mean, I've written and recorded, like, I've written so many songs. I'm just kind of sitting on all of it right now for, like, the right time to release it. Sure. And I wanted to release something independently, like, because I was still doing films at the same time. And that song, to me, represented a lot of experiences in LA, you know? And LA is one of the most amazing places. As you know, you've been here for a year.
It's a great place.
It's great, but then it's also a place that you see a lot of, like, different kinds of people, and it's hard to know, like, who to trust. And I've been really fortunate to have a good group of, like, girlfriends that a lot of them even aren't in the industry, and they're like my core group and my family. But then there's also, like, different circumstances where you just kind of don't know who to trust. And so I wanted to do a song that kind of talked about all those stereotypes and how that world is so not me. And it's the video was kind of crazy. Like, I put my own money into it. My friends all were involved. Like, we shot it literally right up the street from here.
Oh, wow.
At my best girlfriend's house. And it was cool. Like, the body paint to me signifies, like, this world that's, like, on me, and I just want to get it off. Yeah. Like, it's just not me. And so, yeah, that's
really
where
great.
The inspiration came from. And yeah, it's a song that means a lot to me.
Well, it looks amazing, and it definitely rings home. Like, you know what you're talking about. And that's something I wanted to actually touch on, so I'm glad you bring up the lyrics. They're very, very descriptive, and they paint more of like a distressing and realistic view of LA. And were they based on experiences?
Some, yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, and then other ones are just like things I've seen. But yeah, certain things would happen, and I'd write it down, you know, or like, yeah, I would see certain things, like someone liked a girl's photo on Instagram, and she's literally doing child's pose in pantyhose, like the yoga pose, like her butt out, and I'm like, oh my God, adding that in there. And I was just always like writing things down, like juice cleanse, fake friends, and for me, like the whole point of the song is to be true to yourself and your best self, and to not change for anybody, and not feel the pressure to change, and not conform to these pressures and expectations that society puts on you. You know, you don't have to do that. You can be at a party and be like, no, I don't want to do that. You know, it's just about like not feeling like confined.
And that's actually something like that's really great. You obviously use that motto throughout your whole life and your whole career, and I mean that's gotten you somewhere really far.
Thank you. I just, for me, I just, that whole thing didn't appeal to me, but I wanted to be in LA, but that part kind of scared me. I was like, I don't know about being down here from Canada and this, like, just the fakeness and things around me, but I've been so fortunate, and there is a lot of like positive that comes with it, and I love my job, and like the music has just been so fun. So I can't wait to release more. It's
absolutely
soon.
Well, I can't wait to hear more. But it's so funny you mentioned all this, and we're talking about the meaning of silicone and stereo, because I was just talking earlier with one of the producers here, and he was saying how people become LA or they become Hollywood, and that's always something that you've strived not to be, and that you clearly aren't. So I think you should be like super proud of that.
Thank you.
Something that it's great that you're putting that message out there to maybe people who are starting a career really young, like you did, and they're feeling that pressure. So I think it's a great role model as well. But my personal favorite part of Silicone and Stereo is that you did finance it all yourself, and that it was 100% you. Like, I totally respect that and can commend that.
Thank you.
Did going into that, you think that there could be any complications by doing it all on your own than compared to like with a big label? Did you have any concerns about that?
I think so, but then I also just don't think about it. For me, if my mom is the only one that buys it on iTunes and the only view on YouTube, that's it. I do it because it makes me happy. I love it, and hopefully people can see that and catch on, but I just put it out there, you know, and I hope that people respond well and like it as much as I do, but that to me is the success, just being happy about it.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think it did do really successful. You also gave away a chance to one of your fans to win a Skype pizza party with you. Was that a really fun experience?
It was. I was on location filming a movie in New Orleans.
Okay.
And so I had to try and coordinate pizza deliveries. And it was so cool. It was great. And the fans that I Skyped were the cutest and most amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Were they like super freaked out? Were they like, oh my God?
Like a bit of both. And for me, it was so cool. It was like I had pizza, they had pizza, and we just talked and chit-chatted.
That's really cool.
And hung out.
That is so cute. And I love that like you did something to reach out to your fans that's more personal than maybe like just like a message on Instagram, which is still great. That people interact like that, but the fact that you actually gave someone that opportunity is really cool. They got like a one-on-one with you.
And it was a karaoke competition, so that was really fun. Everyone got to like submit like their own video of them singing Silicone and Stereo. Oh wow. And so it was so hard for me to choose because everyone was just so like good and cute and worked so hard, and but yeah, it's so cool to see people sing your lyrics.
Absolutely. So. And would you mind if I put you on the spot and ask you to sing a little bit? No?
Maybe later. Maybe in a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, let's get the vocals warmed up. You actually have a lot of upcoming projects, and you actually just wrapped an episode of Hawaii Five-0.
I did.
That aired, I think, on February 27th.
Yeah, last week.
So that wasn't too long ago. What was your experience filming with the cast and the crew? And also, you went blonde for it.
It was so much fun.
Did blondes have more fun?
It was so much fun, yeah. And it was the same, like a lot of the stuntmen and the DP worked on 90210. So it was like a little reunion, and it shot in Hawaii, and it was so fun. I was playing a con artist and started with brown hair, and then she has to go incognito and
under
go
disguise.
Blonde. Yeah, so it was fun. Like I had to shoot people and shoot my boyfriend, and then he comes and shoots me, and super dramatic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really fun, and then I just wrapped another film with the director of Saw, Darren Boisman. It's called Abattoir.
Abattoir, yep.
And that was super cool. Like we did, we shot it in New Orleans, and it was a 1940s film noir based in modern day, and it's super dramatic role, and I had the time of my life. It was great.
Is your character a lead in that? And
I am.
Is it? Oh, okay, great. And can we is it a more darker role for you because you're mentioning this type of thing?
Yeah,
the title.
I play a real estate reporter, and I get a call saying that my sister's been murdered, and so it's me trying to find out who's murdered my sister, and it's messed up.
Is your character start out dark? Like, if you can tell us.
She's not.
Or does she?
She's like the light in the darkness.
Oh, okay.
But it was cool for me. Like the director had this amazing vision to have everything be like 1940s dialogue, rapid fire, and something that was so out of my comfort zone and different from 90210 and anything I had done, where you're kind of talking like this and you're talking really fast, and it was really, really cool and challenging for me and emotional because I'm on every page of the script going through something pretty intense, and it's less horrific though and more just it's emotional and it gets you thinking.
How did you prepare for that role, especially that it is something different to what you've played before?
I watched a lot of old movies.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did you research?
Sleep. Yep. I was doing my research, and yeah, because they talked very different back then. But even though my character is based in modern day, she's just obsessed with everything vintage. So it was still like a modern day feel. And then emotionally, the content just hit home. Like I have a younger sister that I'm obsessed with, and she's the cutest thing in the world.
That's adorable.
So the idea of anything ever happened to her, I would freak out. So like I would just read the lines, and it would make me emotional.
It would just totally ring home.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's great. And also, when's the release for that? Like, when can we expect to see that?
Hopefully around Halloween.
Oh, that's kind of a really cool time to release that.
It's going to be a perfect time.
Yeah, and I saw it from a few of your Instagrams that even the costumes for your character in Avatar are kind of different. Was that fun? Like, kind of playing dress up?
Fun. I love vintage. I love everything vintage. I get overwhelmed if I go to vintage stores because there's just so many things to rummage through. But I love that silhouette, and everything was so cute. I wanted to keep it all.
So we can expect that around Halloween then to be able to catch Abattoir.
Yeah.
Awesome. And also, you've worked with some amazing actors, including Bruce Willis and John Cusack in the movie The Prince, which you starred in last year.
Yeah.
Who would be like your next or your dream actor, actress that you'd love to work with?
That's so hard. There's
like,
so many.
I know, it's true.
Anyone. I look up to so many people, so I would just be lucky to work with anyone.
Yeah. Meryl Streep?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think that's the ultimate. I think Meryl Streep would be the ultimate. I would be trembling inside in the best way possible. She's so fantastic, and she just makes everything so believable. And like you forget that you're watching her. She just transforms into these other people.
Absolutely. And then, there's a lot of movies coming out now that they're like remaking as like the kind of classic fairy tales from Cinderella to Maleficent. Would there ever be a dream role that you'd want to play?
Well,
or could it be
if we're
Disney
sticking with the
remake
Disney
or
stuff,
superhero?
I am the biggest Disneyland freak on the planet, and I go once a month. So I'm a season pass holder.
Oh, fantastic.
And I have two rules. First rule is everyone paints their face like an animal. And there's this like area in downtown Disney where you can full on get face paint. And it's just so fun. You feel like a big kid and you're just running around all day and it's so magical. And then the other rule that was like I used to have was no cell phones. Okay. But now with like the cameras, like, you want to take pictures, but I don't. So
just for photos only?
Yeah, photos only, but I stay off my phone. I feel like it's such a nice break, and being in California, it's a 45-minute drive, and it reminds me so much of my childhood because as a Canadian in Vancouver, it was like the same coast. It was a short flight. We'd come down here all the time and do family trips, and it's just the happiest place on earth.
Do you have a favorite Disney character then?
That's so hard.
You got it.
I love Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and I love The Little Mermaid. Oh my gosh. Ariel, yep.
That's it.
I mean,
that's it. You also just mentioned before, like, you have a really close knit of girlfriends. This is kind of like a question that I just thought. Like, I think it's a really cool girl group question. I think because there's one of these in every group. Who would you say you are out of your friends, like, for Sex in the City? Are you the Carrie? Samantha?
No. I think I'd probably be a mix between Charlotte and Carrie.
That's a good pick.
Right? I think I'm a mix between the two.
Yeah, there you go. You got to get yourself some Sarah Jessica Parker shoes.
I know.
Got to complete the look. So what can we expect new from you apart from Abattoir and what we just spoke about? Is there anything else still upcoming?
Next week I did a show on ABC called Motive.
Okay.
And that was really fun. I played a character named London Montgomery. There's drug addiction. It's a lot of drama.
You're getting these roles, girl.
I know. But it's so fun for me because it's so different from me.
Yeah.
So I'm drawn to them, and that shot in Vancouver with my family.
Oh, fantastic.
And then there's some other stuff that I'm not really allowed to talk about yet, but that I've been up to, and some surprises.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, and then some music stuff in the works. So.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we'll definitely stay tuned. Jessica, where can the people find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter. It's my name, Jessica Lowndes. There's a D in there. People say like Lowndes, but it's Lowndes. And Instagram, same. It's my name, Jessica Lowndes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jessica, for joining us and myself here at AFTERBUZZ TV. It's been such a pleasure, and it's been great talking about everything going on with you.
You know, you're such a sweetheart.
Oh, thank
so
you.
Fun.
Well, you're welcome back anytime.
Thank
there you
you.
go. AFTERBUZZers, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, you can follow, subscribe, and like. Leave a comment below or tweet me at Mickey_Phillipps.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the
views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.